My name is H.A. Goodman, and I'm an author, columnist, and journalist. This is going to be a very amusing segment. And I'm going to keep this quick. But I want to ask you a question. If Hillary Clinton used private email or a private server for convenience, and she stated in 2015 that she used one BlackBerry for convenience, why did she destroy 13 BlackBerries with a hammer? Does this make sense to anyone? Does this make sense to anybody? Even if you're a Hillary supporter, I know you don't care, but does it make sense to you? Said she wanted to use one BlackBerry for convenience. We know she's hiding her information about the Clinton Foundation. That's obvious. She deleted 30,000 emails. They weren't about yoga. They were about the Clinton Foundation. They were about billionaire donors, foreign donors. It's a pay-to-pay money laundering organization. I'll read you what she said in 2015. You judge for yourself. Quote, I opted for convenience to use my personal email account, which was allowed by the State Department. No, that's wrong. I opted for convenience to use my personal email account, which was allowed by the State Department, because I thought it would be easier to carry just one device for my work and for my personal emails instead of two. She destroyed 13. She used a hammer. Looking back, it would have been better if I'd simply used a second email account and carried a second phone. But at the time, this didn't seem like an issue. Not only is she blatantly lying in 2015, regarding using one BlackBerry for convenience, she used 13. Then she doubles down on the lie and says, well, I probably should have used two. She used 13. And they were not allowed by the NSA. The NSA said she couldn't use the BlackBerry. And she couldn't recall during the FBI interview why the NSA said she couldn't use the BlackBerry. Aide destroyed Hillary's old phones with a hammer. The FBI was unable to obtain any of the BlackBerry mobile devices, plural, The FBI was unable to obtain any of the BlackBerry mobile devices, plural. In 2015, she said, "Oh, I should have used one." Or, sorry, I should have used a couple. She lied. She used 13. Clinton had 13 mobile devices. That she potentially used to access emails on her private ClintonEmail.com server. At least 8 of these mobile devices were used while she was Secretary of State. But Clinton's lawyers were unable to find them. Clinton aides told FBI investigators the former diplomat went through phones often, and the whereabouts of her old phones would become unknown when she switched to a new device. But Clinton aide Justin Cooper recalled at least 2 instances where he destroyed the Secretary's old BlackBerry cell phone, according to FBI documents. Cooper would destroy Clinton's old phones by, quote, breaking them in half or hitting them with a hammer. But in terms of Hillary Clinton and the fact that she would use a private server to circumvent U.S. government networks and put top secret information, 22 top secret emails on an unencrypted private server, knowing that people could hack or not knowing that people could hack, either way, very bad.
Just gotta let it out.
It's a clear case of jeopardizing national security because you wanted to hide information about your foundation.
It's really so stupid.
Those BlackBerries belong to the U.S. government. You can't just go ahead and start breaking computers and destroying phones that belong to the U.S. government. She had 13 different BlackBerries. Many of them were destroyed by a hammer. She made it seem in 2015 that she had just one BlackBerry that she used, and it was her BlackBerry. She had 13 different BlackBerries. Many of them were destroyed by a hammer. That's not convenient. Give me your thoughts below, plural. She also used multiple servers, not just one server. Very bad? They'll get her on the Benghazi perjury issue. So give me your thoughts below. None of this was convenient. And she didn't use just one BlackBerry. She used 13. 13! And she destroyed them by a hammer. The BlackBerry, they broke BlackBerries with a hammer for convenience. Okay? She used 13 and she destroyed them. 13 different BlackBerries. Hitting them with a hammer. The BlackBerry, just one BlackBerry. 13. One BlackBerry for convenience. 13. Instead of two. 13. She used 13 mobile devices. Plural. Okay. She used 13 instead of two. And she destroyed them with a hammer. The BlackBerry. 13 different BlackBerries.
N is a consonant, a letter in the alphabet. N is a consonant, a letter in the alphabet.
They broke BlackBerries with a hammer, breaking them in half, and she destroyed them by a hammer. Very bad? By a hammer. She had 13 different BlackBerries. Just one BlackBerry. 13. At least 8 of these mobile devices. And she destroyed them. For convenience. That's not convenient. With a hammer. The BlackBerry. Just one BlackBerry. And she destroyed them. She had 13 different BlackBerries. Just one BlackBerry. Does this make sense to anyone? Just one BlackBerry. Instead of two. One BlackBerry. The BlackBerry. 13. She had 13 different BlackBerries. That's not convenient. 13 BlackBerries with a hammer, and she destroyed them.
Let's learn about the letter I. I is a letter. I is a letter. I is a letter in the alphabet.
She used 13. Probably should have used 2. Many of them were destroyed by a hammer. Okay. Hitting them with a hammer. She had 13 different BlackBerries. The BlackBerry. 13 mobile devices. Plural. At least 8 of these mobile devices. Plural. Mobile devices. The BlackBerry. 13. Plural. And she destroyed them. Okay. For 3 months. With a hammer. They broke BlackBerries with a hammer. Just one BlackBerry. And she destroyed them. Plural. She used 13. She had 13 different BlackBerries. One BlackBerry for convenience. Okay. Just one BlackBerry. She used 13. Many of them were destroyed. Plural. She used 13. One BlackBerry. 13 BlackBerries with a hammer. She used 13. One BlackBerry. Different BlackBerry. Horrible things.
Dance far away, now clap your hands. To the letter of the day, clap, clap. What's the letter? Clap, clap. What's the letter? Clap, 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 clap. It's the letter of the day. Clap, clap. It's the letter of the day. Clap, clap. S.
13. One BlackBerry. 13 different BlackBerries. She used 13. She used 13 and she destroyed them. At least 8 of these mobile devices. 13. Plural. 13 BlackBerries with a hammer. 13 different BlackBerries. Hillary Clinton doesn't do anything. She was the top U.S. diplomat. Hillary Clinton doesn't do anything. She was Secretary of State. Hillary Clinton doesn't do anything. Heading the Department of State. Hillary Clinton doesn't do anything. She destroyed 13. The BlackBerry. 13. Plural. With a hammer. By a hammer. Very bad. 13. One BlackBerry. 13. Many of them were destroyed with a hammer. That's not convenient. They broke BlackBerries with a hammer. Different BlackBerry. Just one device. 13 mobile devices. The BlackBerry. 13. Plural. Does this make sense to anybody? The BlackBerry. 13 BlackBerries with a hammer. Just one device. Hitting them with a hammer. Okay, that's not convenient. Should have used 1. Probably should have used 2. The BlackBerry.
Can
T. Ta 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 ta. Yes.
She destroyed 13. 13 with a hammer. 13. That's not convenient. Very bad? No. No. Okay. She used 13. Just one device for my work and for my personal emails instead of two.
I'm your drama queen tonight. All my troubles are right outside. When the lights are far, I will be your shining star.
Thank you so much. 13. 13. Plural. 13 mobile devices. Just one BlackBerry. The BlackBerry. Many of them were destroyed. Just one device. The BlackBerry. Destroyed by a hammer. By a hammer. Okay. 13 mobile devices. 13. She used 13. Should have used one. Probably should have used two. Plural. 13 mobile devices with a hammer. 13 BlackBerries with a hammer. Very bad. They broke BlackBerries with a hammer. Just one black. 13. 13. 13. That's not convenient. No. No. Probably should have used two. Plural. For convenience. Just one device. Should have used one. The BlackBerry. They broke BlackBerries with a hammer. By a hammer. Just one BlackBerry. Okay. At least 8 of these mobile devices. Plural. 13. She used 13 mobile devices. Just one BlackBerry. Very bad. And she destroyed them. By a hammer. With a hammer. Give me your thoughts below. Give me your thoughts below. Plural. Thank you so much.
You like me right now. You like me.
I.
Ta 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 ta.
Quote, 13 mobile devices.
Destroy means put an end to the existence of something by damaging or attacking it.
Why did she destroy 13 blackberries with a hammer? By a hammer. Rules and guidelines. By a hammer. For convenience.